On today's episode, we're installing a JMG Systems flip-up seat base. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, Matt here for AVC and welcome back to the shop. Like we said in the intro, today we're going to be installing this JMG Systems Engineering seat plate in our Sprinter 144 project. Now, if you're not familiar with JMG, they're a seat manufacturer in Southern California making seats right here in America, which is super awesome. We love to support JMG, and honestly, we've been putting these seats in our vans since, I think, 2018. So long time now, we've been putting their seats in. They are certified and tested seats, and they're really safe for you to install at home or by a professional builder. So whether you're building your own van or having your van professionally built, a JMG Systems Engineering seat could be right for your build. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to work. Well, it is summer here in Colorado, and that means high temperatures. It's like 95 today, so although I love having the lab coat on, it's a little bit too warm for a black lab coat today. We'll set this aside and get to work. For today's project, we're going to be installing this base plate for a two-person flip-up seat. And if you're not familiar with the flip-up seat, it's a two-person seat that the back folds down and the whole thing folds up. We can fold it up out of the way so we can really open up the middle of this van. It's a really great addition if you need to have occasional seats for a van, or you just need to pack a lot in your camper van and you need to get that seat up and out of the way. The one thing I would say is it's a little challenging if you have small kids that are in car seats, because you're going to be clipping the car seats in and out of it a lot. But if your kids are, like if you're planning ahead and you're going to have this van for a long time and you deal with the car seats for now, in the future as they get out of car seats and they're in boosters, it's going to be really easy to flip that seat up and really open up the middle of the van. So it's really awesome. This build out today that we're building is not going to have this seat ultimately, but we want to plan a contingency so that someone can add a seat to this in the future. And this is a really great addition to a lot of vans, because if you limit your van to only 2 people, it really shortens in that market for resale value down the road. Also, a lot of people will build their van, and like this one, we're going to put a non-passenger bench over here, which for us just means a bench seat that doesn't have seat belts. But this allows somebody to take that bench seat out. If they have family in town, they can bolt that seat in. They can have safe seating for 4 people, and really adds a lot of versatility to a van build. So the first thing we're gonna do is locate this plate in the floor of the van. And to do that, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into these instructions. If you're curious about this seat, go ahead and check out the link in the description below. We get these from JMG, and all the information, including this document, is on their website. Step 1 and 2 on our instructions are gonna be just opening the box, checking out all the materials, making sure we understand what we have, and then we have all the hardware included for the seat install. So we're good to go there. Step 3 is just checking out the mounting plate, and it's gonna mount on the bare metal of the floor. And we're gonna be using the circular holes, which are these holes here, and the diamond shape hole, which is this hole here and this hole down here. The square holes are for Ford Transits. So if you're watching this video and you have a Ford Transit, you can put this seat in your van as well. You're just gonna be using the square holes for alignment instead of these diamond holes. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay it down flat on the floor. The arrow is going to point forward in the van.
Good. Okay.
And then we're just going to measure 20 inches from the back of our driver's seat base to the center of these holes. So in prep for this video, we did mark our floor. So we just measured from the back of the seat base, and we marked 20 inches here. So you can see we have a Sharpie line, but we're gonna make this a white line just so you can see it a little bit easier on camera. Now we can just slide our seat plate up to that line, center our holes on the white line. Okay, so for our right and left configuration, we're just gonna center this diamond hole on this rib. It's the first tall rib outside of this very deep channel from the factory. So we're gonna align it there, and then we can see we have a hole here, 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 and here, and all those align with the top of these ribs, okay? Those are gonna be some of our drill points. In the instructions, it also says, okay, now come and look at the back row and make sure our holes are centered on the rib at the back row. Okay, so we can look and we see our diamond is centered here, and all these bolts are perfectly centered on top of these ribs, and that's exactly where we're gonna wanna put this. So now we're gonna take our Sharpie or our pen. Let's just go ahead and hit all these. Okay, mark our front holes. Okay. Also in the instructions, it points out that we want to make sure we are clear of these little hash marks that are in the floor. And these little hash marks are denoting where a frame rail is under the van. And we want to make sure we have adequate clearance from these so that our mounting plates underneath can mount perfectly underneath the van. So we have a frame rail crossing here, and at the back of this, we also have a frame rail going right here. And we're far away from all of those, which is perfect, so we can get all those mounting plates installed correctly underneath the van. Okay. Good there. Cool. All right, so we just marked our holes, and we don't need the square hole, so I marked a no on there, and then we don't need this hole here, so I marked a no on that one as well. And that way, when I go to drill all these things out, I'm not gonna drill this one out. Just a really easy way to make sure you're not drilling a hole where you don't want one. So now that everything is marked, let's go ahead and jump outside the van. We're gonna drop the fuel tank, and that way we have adequate clearance so we can put some holes through the floor, make sure everything is good to go, and we're not gonna hit anything outside the van, but first we need to get that fuel tank out of the way so we can see under the van, specifically in this location. So we'll see you out there. All right, so we're about to slide under here and lower this fuel tank out, but I just wanted to go over some of the tools we're gonna want before we slide under the van. So I grabbed a breaker bar. We need an 11 mil socket that's gonna be used for all the brackets on the tank. And then I got a breaker bar just to crack those loose because when they're fresh from the factory, they're usually pretty sticky. Then I grabbed an impact gun and a regular socket wrench too, so I can pull those bolts out. And then to support the tank, we're just gonna use our regular car jack here. And we keep this board around in the shop. It's just a long piece of plywood, and it just helps support the fuel tank on a really long span. We'll find the balance point and we'll get it under there, but it's really hard to do that without some kind of support. So you can use a 2x4, whatever. We save this because we install so many S-bars around here. You can see it's labeled S-bar, don't toss. Yeah. We'll slide this under here, we'll get these things cracked loose and drop the tank. So now that we're starting to pull these bolts out, we got the jack in place, we got our board supporting the tank, and right now it's just under tension. So I can pull all these bolts out and the tank is gonna stay exactly where it's at. Okay. And then once all those bolts are in, then we can just slowly lower the tank down. Nice and controlled. It also helps that today our tank is very light. We don't have any fuel in it, but if you're doing this with a full tank, I would say, well, wait until you don't have a full tank. But if you have to drop it, just make sure you have the jack very well centered, because once the weight of the fuel starts to slosh from one end of the tank, it's going to throw the balance off and it can get unruly really fast. So best to be done with not a lot of fuel in the tank. Okay, and that's all we really need to do. Just enough that we can get our hands up to the bolt so we can get some tools up here. Maybe we'll go a little bit more. There we go. Should be good. Yeah. Our tank is now dropped and we're back in the van. We're gonna use our punch and just mark center on all these holes. And then we're gonna put a little pilot hole and we can check under the van and make sure everything looks good. And we're gonna avoid all the systems and things like that under the van. So while we were setting everything up, I had a question about the instructions. I just wanted to make sure everything was good, and so we reached out to JMG, and they told us exactly what to do. They said hit all the circle holes and the diamond holes and ignore the square holes. So we had marked the no for the square here, but I didn't know about this one, and so he said, yeah, all the circles, hit all the circles, and then the diamonds for the Sprinter. And so that's what's really cool about working with like a local company that makes their products, knows their products, is I can reach out to them, and in no time they can respond to me. They can give me an email back and just say, hey, make sure you hit all these holes. So I'm gonna wipe this out because I do wanna hit that hole, and we'll throw that plate on here and make sure we get it right, and we'll make sure we get that drilled out and ready to go. Okay, everything looks good. Let's go under the van, double check all these holes before we open them up for the bolts. So I can see here, this is our front row, 1, 2, 3. That's our rear row, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then underneath the tank, I can look over here and I can see that hole, we're good. And this last hole, hard to see, it's like right here, but we're clear of these brake lines. The brake lines, oh, it's like you can see it through the brake lines, but we're looking at a funny angle here. So we're good to go on all those. Then front's up here, we're good to go. So let's go, we're gonna open those up and prime those holes. So we're gonna use a step bit and we're gonna open these up with a step bit. It's just a little bit cleaner way to open a hole in a van, in my opinion. We're gonna go to just one over 1/2 inch. Okay.
All right, next we're going to be priming the holes.
Yeah, with Beta Prime 5504G. It's an all-in-one primer. We use it for Windows a lot, but we use it for this too. I recommend wearing gloves whenever you're using this stuff because it is messy if you spill it.
To install our seat base today, we're gonna be using 12 1/2 1/2 bolts. They come with the kit. On top of the plate, we're gonna put the bolt and washer. We're gonna insert that through here. Okay, just like that. And then underneath the van, we're gonna be using these big adapter spacer plates. These are gonna get centered up underneath this bolt, and then we're gonna be using the nut on there as well. Okay, we're gonna be putting those together, no washer underneath. And then these get mounted with the ears pointing down away from the vehicle, so the smooth side is coming up. We're gonna torque these down to 50 foot-pounds. So let's go ahead and drop all the bolts in the top, then we'll go underneath, we'll start matching up plates. Okay, we also have a funny little spot right here. It's gonna need a spacer because we're in the valley. We don't want to pull down into a valley like this. So it comes with a couple of these spacers, and we're gonna fill these spacers in underneath here. Okay, so under here in the van, you can see these plates. They have 2 different holes, and that's so that if you're close to a frame rail, you can offset it. But ideally, you're gonna use the center hole. So like right here, this fits nicely into the van. You can notice the ears are pointed down, and then I can just spin this bolt on. Okay, and for now, we're just gonna get them hand tight. Just gonna get everything lined up, looking good. We also want the plates running front to back. And that's basically it. It's pretty simple. Okay. Just go through and zip them. Daily is gonna be up on top with our torque wrench. And once these are ready to get tightened down, we'll get them torqued in. We're gonna torque these to 50 pounds, 50. Shit, I could put that seat in 2 hours left-handed. So now all of our plates are in, everything is looking good. This is really the only part of the job that's a 2-person job. And so I have Dilly upstairs and he has the impact wrench. I'm gonna be down here, we're gonna get all these nice and tight, and then we're gonna, like I had said, we're gonna torque all these down to 50 pounds. I usually like to just call things out like, we'll start at the driver's side front, we'll work our way across the plate, and then we'll just double check and make sure everything's nice and tight. So it's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's get to it.
I got the torque wrench.
You got the torque wrench, yeah. Driver's side front.
You said impact wrench.
Oh, did I say impact? Oh, I meant torque wrench. Okay, let's redo it. All right, okay. So now all of our plates, all of our bolts and nuts are installed, and now we just need to torque everything down. So Dilly is upstairs. He has the torque wrench, and we're gonna torque all these down to 50 pounds. This is really the only 2-person part of the job. They're all whiz nuts, so sometimes you can even do this by yourself. But to make sure everything is good, we're just gonna go and start driver's side at the very front, and we're gonna work our way across the driver's side. We'll work our way across the front, then we'll jump to the back, we'll work our way across the back, and then we'll just go ahead and double check everything, make sure everything's torqued down nice and tight. If you get to the point where you're crushing these ribs, that's too tight, don't go. But 50 pounds should be just right. Okay, you ready? All right, let's go driver's side very front. With all the bolts torqued to spec, now this plate is officially installed and we're ready to put that seat in. One of the really cool things about this seat plate is that's the only 2-person part of this job. And so if I want to take this seat in and out, it's just 6 bolts here on top from inside, and this is a 1-person job now, which is really nice. If you do some other kind of seating that bolts through the vehicle, you have to have 1 person outside and inside and undoing bolts and things like that. With this kind of a plate system, I can just put the seat down, bolt it in, and it's safe and ready to go, which is really cool. But before we can put this seat in, we're gonna be putting in our floor system. And so if you want to see our floor system go in, that's going to be our next episode. So all we have left to do for this job is actually putting the fuel tank back in, but we're going to leave that down for another job that we're doing here in the van. So we're not going to have that on today's video. But if you have questions about today's video, hit us up in the comments. We're happy to answer any questions about the JMG seat, whether it's a flip up seat, captain seats, any of that stuff. I've put in pretty much everything they offer. And so if you have questions, hit us up in the comments. We're happy to help you out down there. If you want to order a seat like this for your van or any of the other JMG seats, we're going to have a link in the description. So go ahead, click that link, go over to JMG's website, take a look at the seats, and get one for your next project. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.